You suck at Hulk, and that's okay, because I don't. I solo queued my way to Celestial, Hulk only, and I'm here to teach you everything that I learned along the way. Let's get into it. Alright, keybinds. Keybinds are pretty straightforward. Make sure you can reach everything, make sure you're comfortable with all the inputs. There's only 3 major ones that you need to have on. This, hold to activate Incredible Leap. This should be on. The other version is too clunky. You want to have as much flexibility with your jump as you physically can. However, this will hurt your hand if you have not used to using your thumb very much. After that, you want to have range attack hints on. This just lets you see if you're in range of actually punching people. Hulk's punch, which we'll get to later, has a decent amount of range too for a melee. Now, the last major piece of keybind that you should have are these 3 heads right here. So each one you should go through and bind to a second jump key. You want to be able to bunny hop on this character. This character is very bunny hop heavy. There's no downsides to bunny hopping with this character, basically. And I'll get into that later throughout the guide. And with that, let us begin with...
I'm not Hulk. He's part of me, but he's not all of me.
Alright, so first off, we have Banner and his Gamma Gun. It does 16 damage to the body, and I believe 32 to the head. There's only one real practical way to use this, and it's to spray down a choke line or shoot a tank. If you are quick enough, you can get your mech back before they can even react to it in time. It does seem to have infinite range, so as long as you spray in a direction, you should be able to get the ability back. Alright, second ability Banner has is the Gamma Bomb. The Gamma Bomb has 2 main properties. It does 40 splash damage, and it has a knockback ability. Each hit, I believe, is about 8%. Knockbacks are pretty strong. You can disrupt it, or you can chain it to push yourself away into the opponent if you hold the same direction and jump. You can go about 10 meters. I'll show a clip of me using that to kill someone real quick. The only other bonus tip I can give you with the Gamma Bomb is if you are close to your mech, or you won the fight, but you're, again, mechless, just shoot your toes. It will give you a burst of 8, and anything helps to get you back into the Green Giant. Now let us continue on to...
I'm Hulky!
The Hulk has his primary fire. The punch. It has 4.5 meters of range. As you can see, I can't really hit it. If I get just close enough, creature turns red, and as you can see, the only main tip I can tell you with this is there's no reason you shouldn't hold it down. I've had many cases where I used it in par with his leap, and now I accidentally slap someone as I leave or something. So there's no reason you shouldn't be holding this down. There's no downside, because literally all of your other cooldowns get animation cancelled by it. The only time I would not use it is if you're trying to sneak up on someone. Be sneaky, but even then he has loud footsteps, so good luck with that. So that's his punch. Alright, so the next part of Hulk's kit is his leap. Again, see that arrow? You charge up the bar. The minimum charge time for his leap is 0.5 seconds, and it takes a maximum of 2 seconds to fully charge. The ability itself has the added benefit of having the drag down. Now, it's a very flexible ability. The minimum jump is something that if you can get down to muscle memory, you can basically always have the jump down. Now, with it, you get the drag down ability to drag down flyers or any airborne creatures. The mechanic on this is a little iffy. Sometimes you'll bump into them and they'll fall off your body. Now, you don't need minimum, you need that to be in the jumping state at least. So when his arms are in the air, that's basically it. Now, sometimes you'll bump into stuff and you will interrupt your animation. But other than that, the only true thing that I can understand with the leap, because the actual grab hitbox is really wonky. I have had cases where I will grab someone even though I'm not close to them. I'll show a clip of that too.
Storm can die.
Now, what can you do about that? You can kind of just set yourself up for success with the ability. The easiest way to I could tell you is try to hit the up part. The down part's kind of tricky, but the actual up part is relatively easy. You can grab someone from any point in that arc, regardless of where you are. Now, to be grabbed is interesting. You have to be at the minimum 2 Hulks or more. I think it might be a little bit more, honestly. 2.5 Hulks are more taller. Otherwise, you won't get the knockdown effect. As you can see, if I try to grab this robot right here, it won't let me. But as soon as its toes cross this line, it's grabbable because this is clearly taller than Hulk. So again, you only need to be 2.5 meters than Hulk, and it doesn't have to be a flyer. They just have to be airborne. They just have to leave the ground. And I'll show a couple clips of me grabbing in really, really weird situations. But overall, aim for the peak of your jump, predict where they're gonna go, not where they are, and good luck with your grabbing. Now, the final part of Hulk's incredible leap has to be the bunny hop. The jump itself is very flat. It's a very linear thing. You can't really carry much momentum, even if you're holding down a bind. You can kind of walk forward, but you want to preserve that speed. So what you do is you scroll wheel the moment your hands touch that ground. So jump, and you get to keep it. Alright, now the plus side of you getting to do the bunny hop charge is you get to immediately charge your keybind if you hit it properly. It's just free movement. There's no reason you shouldn't do it, realistically speaking. Now, the actual bunny hop can be manipulated, whether you are going backwards, to the left, to the right, and of course forwards. Now, all of this is done by simply holding a directional key. Now, all of that is pretty useful, especially when you're running away on low HP. Now, let's, for example, say I want to land on this box. Without a bunny hop, I am just too shy. So, with the bunny hop, bam. Now, the next part of Hulk's kit is his Gamma Burst. Now, this does a burst of 70 damage, goes on an 8-second cooldown, and has the following properties: infinite pierce, infinite range, and your only form of range damage. Now there is a animation cancel with the clap that allows you to do a burst of 150 damage and will catch people off guard. But all in all, use it to poke, use it to engage, use it when there's downtime, shoot it down chokes for easy ultimate charge. Now, the next part of Hulk's kit that I would like to talk about is about Radioactive Lockdown. This ability goes on a 15-second cooldown, stuns them once for 2.5 seconds, and is treated as a very interesting stun. It can cancel ultimates, I got it, and abilities, portal cancel, and interrupt, flyers out of the sky.
I'm dead.
With it, you cannot actually cap point if you are exiled, on top of not being able to be healed by anyone or get targeted by anyone other than Hulk for the time you are exiled. Now, its practical use cases are, say this one's low, and this happens to be like a healer of some sort. You can try to either stun this guy, assuming you can get your clap back in time to burst him down, or you can stun the actual healer and just beat the DPS down into a bulb. Because again, once they're locked down, they cannot do anything other than wait. The next part of Hulk's kit that I want to talk about is his Indistructable Gaurd, or his bubble, as I like to call it. This ability has a ton of properties. When you bubble yourself, you get 200 HP, your teammates get a maximum of 100. 100% of the damage that you take is converted into ultimate charge. 10% of the damage your teammates take get converted into ultimate charge for you. Now, the bubble itself has a 5-meter radius. As you can see, I'm standing here and each line is 5 meters. If I press the button out the edge, nothing, but if I scoot in, it can be passed on. Now, this has to be the most important piece of Hulk's bubble. Sometimes you'll use it, selfishly, just when you're getting sprayed at to allow your healers to breathe.
Nice job, Hulk.
In other cases, as I'll show quickly over the video, you can catch ultimates, you can catch teammates with it. Its main gimmick is it has no bleed through, so it can sponge one massive hit and be just fine. Now, this ability is very powerful because if you combine it with your leap, you can lunge onto a teammate and bubble overhead, assuming they are getting dove. Plus, it never hurts to have more HP. This ability alone, and combined with his indestructible leap, is why he can be such a great anti-dive character. Now we move on to... Alright, so Hulk's final piece of kit is his Monster Hulk form. This is a 12-second transformation that gives you iframes when activating, and you lose your Indestructible Guard but gain World Breaker Smash. Now, World Breaker Smash is a series of slams that does a maximum of 200 damage and is a hard CC stun. Exile's cooldown is reduced from 15 seconds to 5 seconds while maintaining its same properties. Gamma Burst's cooldown is reduced from 8 seconds to 1 second and gaining an increase of damage from 70 to 125. Now, Monster Hulk keeps his incredible leap. However, its charge times are changed. For minimum charge time, it goes from 0.5 to 0.7, and maximum is reduced from 2 seconds to 1.5. In addition to that, you are able to keep the B-Hop property, allowing you to cover massive distances. Now, here are some combos for Monster Hulk. You have the Clap, Slap, Exile, Clap. Typically have a Clap, Slap, Clap. That kills 250.
Man, fuck you, hello. Unstable.
Smack, clap, grab. That does. We also have the iconic juggle. It's charge, jump, and slap, slap. And lastly, the shutdown. It's exile, ult, exile, clap, grab. And smack, clap, exile.
You're my friend now.
There's not much I can really realistically say about this, other than the fact that Namor gets a new squid. Believe it is gonna get nerfed soon, if not already got nerfed by the time this video comes out. Extra squid Namor. I don't know what you want me to say about this one. Now on to Fastball Special. Fastball Special is the team up ability between Hulk and Wolverine. The ability has a 15-second cooldown and will go on a 3-second cooldown if you drop Wolverine. Now, it is a very buggy ability. It is a very interesting ability. You have the option to throw, and that's about it. Any one of your cooldowns will end up dropping Wolverine, along with like your normal punch. The game plan is simple with this team up. You just throw Wolverine in, you jump in after, and you bubble. Easy. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hopefully you guys can get Celestial as well, so I can diff you on Hulk. Tip tap out.